This is a how-to video brought to you by Buddy Rockhouse AC. If you have a package unit or mobile home like this one, more than likely you have external breaker boxes. Now if your unit isn't running, one thing you can check is that the breaker is nor tripped nor turned off. In this case, breaker's turned off, so the unit has ceased operation. Another thing you can check is your control wires. Proper lawn care around an AC will help you to continue its function. In this case, it seems like maybe a weed eater has gotten to these wires. This wire here should have been either encased in a protective coating or strapped to something to be kept off the ground. Dogs can also pose a problem, so if you have pets, be sure and have this taken care of. For your safety, it's not recommended that you open up a unit or service it in any way by yourself unless you're a licensed professional. If you do feel comfortable enough to open up the panels and look inside, these are some other things you can look for. If you notice, in this unit, the fan is not operating properly. The lines here are iced up. The icing is going to continue until the unit is shut off. It's going to ice up all the way back to the compressor and possibly the entire compressor itself. Once icing occurs, your cooling efficiency is pretty much gone. Aside from the fan, dirty coils and restricted filters can cause icing. If your unit is icing, turn the system switch to off and turn the system fan switch to on. Allow the fan to run to defrost the coils. If you don't have a trusted service provider, keep us in mind. This is a how-to video brought to you by Buddy Rockhouse AC. This is how to check your package unit for proper operation. First, make sure the thermostat is set to cooling and that you do have air coming out of your grills. Once you've got the unit running, you can check the fan to make sure that it is blowing air. The air coming out of the fan should be warmer than the air entering the coils. First off, you can check your ductwork. As you can see, the ductwork on this particular unit is very worn. This is not what it should look like. If you have this, such a deteriorated rate, you'd want to call your service technician to come and replace. If the insulation is just peeled back, like on this one here, it's not that hard to rewrap. Still, it's suggested that you have your service technician replace it for better operation. Once you have figured out that the unit is working, you can rinse it off to get a little bit of cooling efficiency out of it. To clean your coils, you want about a moderate pressure. Nothing too hard as to bend the fins on the coil. It's better if the unit is off, but it can be running while you do the process. Rinse the coils at a downward angle, never head on. You want to get as much grass or dirt off of the coils as possible. However, rarely you'll get it 100% clean.
How-to video brought to you by Buddy Rockhouse Air Conditioning. In a mobile home such as this one, there's a package unit that heats and cools the home. With a package unit, one of the things you can check is the airflow. In this case, the grill is on the floor. As we can see here, there's a rug restricting the airflow. So we're going to move that out of the way. Now this is where your filters would go, right here. You simply just lift up on the grill and take it out of the way. In this case here, there's no filter. Okay, now if we were going to put a filter here, in this situation, there'd be two separate filters. One would lay on this side, and one would lay on this side, making an A shape. The purpose of that is to give it maximum airflow. If you laid it down flat in here, when it got restricted, that's the only space where air would be allowed to pass, completely shutting off your air. So one of the things we want to do is to make sure we put filters in here, and when we put our grill back, make sure there's no cables or anything that'll, boxes or toys that will restrict airflow. That way it could have maximum efficiency.